Welcome to podcast episode 1, and I have to do the due diligence of introducing No Ordinary Life. To those of you who are new to the platform, No Ordinary Life is basically a careers motivation platform with the aim to inspire, to motivate, and to encourage people to pursue their passions, purpose, and goals. Our areas of interest or topics of interest are careers, personal development, and mental health. Now, because I don't want to make this introduction a very long one, before the introduction, I'll encourage you to head over to our website, which is www.no-ordinary-life.org. And you'll find all the information over there, or just check out our social media platforms, which you will find on our link tree, which is linktr.ee/No Ordinary Life. And you have all the links to it that we are doing as an organization and more information about what we do. You can also purchase our merchandise. You're not able to see because it's an audio recording, but I'm wearing my No Ordinary Life merchandise, which is my hoodie, and I also have my t-shirt underneath my hoodie, and I also have my cap. So do head on over to our store or reach out to us on WhatsApp if you'd like to order your merchandise. So without further ado, let's get started. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to our very first episode of the No Ordinary Life podcast, or the No Ordinary podcast. It's great to be able to record this finally. It's been months and months of planning and thinking to do or not to do, but it's finally here. So for our very first episode, we are going to be reflecting on the previous year, which is 2023, and the lessons learned. Today, I am joined by my special guest, Fanny Kondowe, who will introduce herself very shortly. But before she does that, if you're watching this on any platform, please make sure you do subscribe or follow on our social media pages or on the platform. This will be streaming on, this will be put on YouTube as well. So please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. There is going to be more podcasts on the way. So please do make sure you're following us so you can get the updates when we post anything new. So without further ado, our guest will introduce herself now, and then I will do my introduction after. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the podcast, Fanny. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Fanny Kondowe. I work with African Bible College in Malawi. That's Radio ABC. They do have like a college, and they also have like a radio. So that's Radio ABC. That's where I work. But I also teach. That's why I have like African Bible College there instead of just having Radio ABC. So I work as a lecturer for mass communication and the head of programs for Radio ABC. And besides that, I am also the owner of Rowixe Makeup. I do run a small business of just, making sure that women are looking all that pretty and all that. So my makeup name is Rowixe, and that's a business that I do apart from the work that I do. And I come from Malawi. I didn't say that part. I come from Malawi. That's in Africa here. I've been working in media for 15 years. But besides that, I have done a lot. I guess a side hustle, working part-time with other organizations as well. I enjoy hiking. Hiking is one of my favorite hobbies. In as much as I do enjoy other things as well, but hiking is the best. I think I love it. It's something that makes me just, to vent. Everybody has a place for the event, but for me, it's when I go for hiking, I feel like, I just needed it. And so it helps to vent and just to focus. So, yeah. So that's a little bit about myself. I don't know whether I have forgotten anything else. Oh, I'm working also as a volunteer. No Ordinary Life. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that, Fanny. We are talking about lessons that we've learned in the year 2023. And that's going to be in the area of personal life, career, relationships, everything combined together. A question for you is, what would you say, or how would you summarize the year 2023 for you?
For me, year 2023, it's been an interesting year of just learning a lot of things. But I think
Mm,
in just summary, I would just say I've learned actually two things: to just learn to collaborate with people, and also to learn more in my personal growth and especially success as well. And that is kind of like helped me a lot to just, have different skills, but also networking more and other things as well as the year is going to the end. So there are a lot
mm.
of things I would say, but in short, that's how I'll summarize the 2023 for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
so collaboration and learning.
Yes, please.
And then another question for you, like, what are you anticipating for next year in 2024? What's your anticipation of what the year is going to be like, and what do you hope to do in 2024?
That's a very good question. As the year begins, we always have like aspirations, we have dreams, and we have goals. In 2023, I wanted to do certain things and I never did them. And
Mm,
2024 right now for me would be, I think, to be able to reflect on myself more
mm,
than
yeah.
just letting things go by. And besides that, also, I would like to, I would like to just to have courage to keep on um, stepping out of my comfort zone. A lot of times, I have been at a space where I'm so comfortable for a long time. And
Mm,
I'll give you an example. I work in media, and I've been working in media for how many years? For 15 years. And I would like to step out and do more, just, being in broadcast media. And
mm,
yeah, sure, I would just say I would like to just have the courage to do things that I want to do in my life. But
mm,
also, as I said, the other thing that I said is that apart from the courage, I also would like to reflect on myself, to be able to understand myself more so that I can
mm.
grow kinds of areas. Yeah.
Very good one. So, courage to do more and reflecting on yourself more. Very, very good goals. I think when I think of a new year, I think of New Year's resolutions and all the goals that people set for ourselves. And,
Mm,
people are very, very um, specific in what they want to do. You know, losing weight or starting a new job or learning something
yeah.
new. But I think the best kind of resolution, personally for me, the best kind of resolutions are the ones that relate to attitude. I would say um, to attitude, because I think if you fix your attitude, you can achieve so much more if you have
Mhm.
the right attitude to things. So
Yeah.
I like that the fact your one of your resolutions is for the new year is to have courage. That's a good
Mm,
one because we don't know what 2024 is going to come with. So it's important that we always have the mindset that whatever life throws at us, we can handle it and we're going to handle it. So that's very, very good. One thing I would say as well for myself in terms of the year 2023, I'll start my lesson with a throwback here.
okay.
Um, I remember I believe it was between June or July, um, and it was like halfway through the year. And I wrote
Mm,
a blog post on LinkedIn, and the title of the blog post was How to Begin a New Chapter with the Right
wow.
Attitude. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. And in short, that broadcast was about um, having a positive attitude
Mm,
um, to everything that life throws at me. So I would say towards between January and June, July, I was just coasting through life. I was just kind of whatever life gives me, and I wasn't very positive. But when I wrote the article, I was like, I can't write an article encouraging people to be positive when I'm not positive myself. So I took my own advice, and I did my best to work on being positive. And so that's one lesson I learned that I'm going to be carrying forward with me, to be positive, to remain positive. And I will
Mm,
say it has worked for me. I've been positive in aspects of my life, in the sense that I feel quite prepared. Yeah, positivity in embracing every day as it comes, being prepared. One thing I would say I did not do, and I've kind of realized it as I'm heading towards the end of the year, is I was prepared for the negative. Um,
mm,
I was prepared for the negative. Like if things go wrong, I'm like, it's okay. I'm not going to panic. I wasn't prepared for is for things to go right. And so, I'll, yeah, I'm being very honest here. As from November, I would say I've been quite hard on myself, and I haven't really dreamed as much as I should do.
mm,
Sitting down, writing thinking about the year ahead. I've been like, maybe it won't happen, rather than having this attitude of I need to, pursue my goals. I've been like, oh, I've been trying so long, it's not going to happen. And so I have been positive in anticipating for the worst, but when it
mm.
comes to anticipating for good things, I have not been very, very positive and prepared for good things to happen. So that's one
Yeah.
lesson for me. And what other lesson would you say?
Like as I said, I think collaboration has been one of the lessons that I've learned in the 2023. Um, when it comes to personal growth and just success, you cannot do it on your own. You
Mm,
need other people in life. You need to learn to work together with others, to be able to share your experiences, the knowledge, and just,
mm,
to be a supporting person with a common goal. I think for me, last year has been the year that I've learned to just work with my team at work.
yeah.
And I think, as I said earlier, I work in media, and working in media is quite hectic. You need to trust other people to do the work that you do. In as much as you feel like you're always busy and you can do better, or maybe, my work is very important, I cannot delegate. But for me, trusting other people and sharing the knowledge that I have, it has
Mm,
helped me a lot.
yeah.
And in terms of even having my personal life, it has created a space where I'm able to relate, to actually just mingle with other people as well, to have my
Mm,
me time and to enjoy the hobbies that I enjoy, because I'm able to cooperate with my workmates and also other people in my life. So it's
mm,
not only about the workmates, it's also about the lifestyle that I have. Um, I've learned that in this life, we need each other. And
yeah.
so when collaboration for me, it has been one of those things where learning skills from other people, entrepreneurship. I'm a business person as well. How do you
Yeah.
handle business? How do you network? And so just, being at that space where you're learning from what other people are doing, it has helped me a lot in
Mm,
my business area as well. And besides that, I've also learned how, to just volunteer in some other aspects of my life. I used to
yeah.
think it's all about money. I can just do things the way I want to, and provided there's money, that's all. And as I'm talking
Mm,
right now, volunteering with NOL, it
yeah.
gives me satisfaction, because I know it is something that I'm doing it for the sake of the youth. I'm not doing it for me or just to get something, but I'm doing it for the sake of, you know, being satisfied and just having that community with me. To
Mm,
have that where I can just, have a sense of purpose and to be able to give it to other people. So,
yeah.
yeah, for me, I think the issue of collaboration, as I said, in terms of working together with people and having like buddies or mentors, it has been really helpful in the year of 2023.
And it's so important that we work with other people. As the saying goes, no one is an island. And if
Mm,
you're working in such a huge space, working in the media space, communication space, it's a lot of collaboration because everyone chips in to give the final picture. So
yes.
collaboration is so important in especially in your line of work. But I would say for everyone, really, it doesn't matter if you're a solopreneur
Mm,
or someone who works by themselves. You still have to collaborate with other people, right? So it's so
yeah.
important. So yes, so Fanny is a communications expert or specialist. As she mentioned, 15 years in the media communication space, and currently wearing a lot of hats. I would say, being a lecturer and radio presenter, and then also being a business woman as well. So collaboration is, I would say, is very very important for her and for anyone else in general. And for
Mm,
myself, I have my lesson is preparation and positivity. Um, in the sense that positivity being having a positive outlook to everything, challenges, difficulties.
mm,
Preparation being just taking one day at a time and expecting both um, both I would say good and bad because life is just life and you don't always have good things happening. Now I did mention my downside that I was expecting negative things, but I did not expect to have positive things. That's the downside of what I mentioned. So my lesson for 2024 that I'm going to be carrying forward is to expect good things. To expect good things. That's my lesson I'm going to also share with you, and hopefully you take that on board. Please expect good things in the next year, coming years. I would say yes.
all right. So this will be my last one and my second lesson in 2023. You know, being, being a communicator and working in media for 15 years, one of the things that has been stuck in my head was like, I've been working in this area for 15 years. What now? It's okay.
Mm,
Maybe I can find it somewhere else and I'll be a public relations officer or I'll be someone else. But one thing that I have learned is, in as much as we have all these professionals, we need to keep on learning. Okay.
mm,
So the lesson would be like progression in everything that you do. So in terms of growth, if you want growth, you need to continue learning. You can't just say, I'm satisfied with where I am. I've been working for so long. So what? It's okay. I'm satisfied. No, I have learned a lot that every single day I learn. It might be a skill, it might be my character wise and how I relate to the people that I work with.
mm,
And I think one of the things that helps me to stand where I am and to keep on loving the profession that I'm in is because of small things like skill learning, career advancement, making sure that I'm learning more and more to my expertise instead of just saying I'm satisfied.
mm,
You know, give you an
yeah.
example. Makeup artist, every single day you see things are changing, things are trending. And when things are changing, all you want to think about is, okay, I cannot just be the way I was a year ago or a month ago. Today you'll
Mm,
find out that the eyelashes that we are putting are different, or maybe the blushes or whatever, things are changing. So because things
yeah.
are changing, what you advance more. You cannot just say, I'm satisfied with what I have, or I'm satisfied with the way I do things. In that way,
Mm,
you cannot, because you're stagnant. You keep on at a space, or you're at a space where you can't move. All you're thinking about is like, I'm okay. I've done this for so long. I know how to do it. But in
yeah.
life, then, and when it comes to continuous learning, I think it helps one to actually advance. It might be in career, but also in personal growth. And at the same time, it also helps you to just have a wider range of networking, because now, if you're able to learn a skill in this area, someone else would be like, I'm looking for someone who knows how to do this. You'll be like the one doing it. or I'm
Mm.
looking for a baker who know how to bake. It is something that you go for it because you know you're very good at what you do, but you cannot
Mhm.
just be satisfied and say, I am okay. And I think for me, it has been one of the lessons that I have learned in 2023 to just say, don't get satisfied with what you have, because sometimes when you're satisfied with the profession you have, you miss out the little things,
Mm.
like, dealing with clients, or maybe, customer relations and all that. You miss them. So you don't want to do that. That's why advancing in your learning, it helps you to learn more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
that's it.
yeah.
Yes, Claudia.
That's very, very true. That's very important. Learning from anywhere, learning about yourself, learning about other people, learning skills. And one thing
Mm,
I would say, I think that every human being, as I say, life is is a learning curve. We're
yeah.
always learning from the day you're born till the day you die. You learn. You're always supposed to be learning, or else you don't grow. Um,
Mm.
so it's important that we're always learning. For yourself, as a media communications person, um, what um, what tools would you say that you've had to particularly learn to use in 2023? What tools have really helped you in 2023?
Yeah. So, for example, I do design at my
Mm,
workplace, and I've learned how to use Adobe Photoshop. I've learned how to use InDesign. Um,
mm,
I've advanced in Canva in designing part of it. Not only that, there are little things like, okay, who knows how to maybe to get programs online. I know how to do all those things using like FTP. I get, but in 2023, I think I've advanced more in the designing part of it.
mm,
Those are the things that I can say, you know what, besides editing, Adobe Premiere Pro and the others, Adobe Audition, but I guess for me it has been Adobe InDesign, Adobe Photoshop, but also just Canva and maybe post my own. These are the things that I've been using more when it comes to designing. But I'm also
mm,
still learning. I haven't stopped. As I said, I'm learning more. And
mm,
I would learn more, just to advance my career, instead of just thinking about I'm satisfied in broadcast media. I think for me, broadcast media, I've passed that. Now I need to look at other ways. But also besides that, I'm blogging at the moment, and that is something that I have never done in a long time. So
mm.
writing down, to just put your thoughts down, it is also a learning process.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't just happen. You need to think through on how you're going to write the words and all that. So that's also something that I have learned in 2023.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. So you've mentioned a few of these tools that you've used, the Photoshop and things like that. Did you learn from someone or did you actually go searching yourself? Did someone actually sit you down and say, this is how you use it? Or did you have to go out to seek the information?
So all these things like Canva, I taught myself.
Okay.
InDesign, myself. So like when it comes to Adobe, I think for me, since I was in broadcast, I was using more of Adobe Audition, Adobe Premiere Pro, but I wasn't actually like I wasn't an expert in the other things that I have mentioned. So what
Yeah.
I did was on YouTube, I started, watching videos on how to, to remove maybe like let's say a background, a picture, like the background of the picture, things
Mm,
like that. So I think for me, I wouldn't say I had to sit down and someone had to taught me, but it was more of just sit down on your free time. And what I would do on my free time, I would just have like 5 minutes, learn that, and I continue doing that. And
mm,
it has been helpful because I do design every week. I design something, and it's
mm,
not an easy thing to sit down to put those together. Having different fonts, having to put the pictures in coordination with the colors, and I think for me that has been really a great lesson to just sit, learn from YouTube. And YouTube is free, you know. There are so many videos that you can find. It's not like you're gonna pay. Maybe there are others that you have to pay, but the ones that I'm using are for free. So
Yeah.
just have the with you. That's it. Learn how to
Mm,
bake, or even for makeup. For me to
yeah.
advance in makeup, in all YouTube. I never went to school for makeup.
Mm,
I never.
mm,
Yeah.
mm. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I gave 2 points as well, but it was all rolled into one. And so
Yeah.
I would say my final one for me will be my second point will be perfection. There's a something called the perfection trap, which is where
Okay.
you get stuck in a place where you feel like if something is not perfect, you have to keep working at it. Um, and I have that problem where I'm like, I take my life as a project, and I'm like, I need to make sure my life is perfect enough for me to accept that this is my life. But
Mhm.
this year has really taught me to, that life is not perfect, and
Yes.
there's always gonna be an aspect of your life where you're still working on something. And
Mm.
so if I think about my mental health, a lot of the times my mental health has gone down or has worsened when I get into a place where I'm trying to make things perfect and they're not working. And so for me, for next year, I really need to work on this mentality of nothing is perfect, and I'm
Mm.
doing my best. And so not to expect perfection until and to make me happy, not to think that if this thing is perfect, then I'll be a happy person, but it's enjoying the process of working through something. So for
Yeah.
me, my second lesson, as well as being positive, and being prepared, is to also have in the back of my mind that there's nothing like perfection, and everything's a work in
Mm.
progress, really. So
Yeah.
nice and short and sweet. Perfection is not real.
Thanks so much for
Yeah,
sharing that.
thank you. I think this altogether rounds up to four valuable lessons that we have
Mm.
learned in 2023 for personal growth and success,
Yeah.
in the area of both personal and career. I think you brought the career aspect of things, and I brought the personal aspect of things. So a good balance there. Any wishes for the audience, Fanny, for the new year?
I would just say happy new year to you. Enjoy 2024. As I said earlier, embrace life. You know, there are a lot of things that goes through in life, but enjoy every moment. And
Mm,
yeah, keep growing. It's also about just, embracing the challenges, to be able to, to persist through the setbacks, to be able to cultivate the resilience and to keep on
mm,
moving. I know there are a lot of times we give up. We give up because we feel like, you know what, we can't do this. We feel like
mm,
we're not enough to do certain things. But I think I have learned in this time that everybody else is capable to do something. It's just in
mm,
you to just try. I'll take that one step and I'll put again another step forward. And even if I
mm.
fall, I'll rise back and I'll continue moving. Even though I find maybe stones along the way, there'll be thorns, there'll be mountains along the way, but I have to keep on moving.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. So those were closing words from Fanny. Thank you so much, Fanny, and thank you to our audience. And that's the end of our first episode of this podcast. Thank you very much, and bye bye to you.
And thank you for having me. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.